Let's take a look at where we left off last time. I saved off a version called window title. You can see once launched that it is a window without any content, but it has the title model loader. Now in Visual Studio, this is the script that we created last time. And what I'd like to do is add a class to this. A class is essentially a way of encapsulating functionality. Let's name our class main window, and we'll add a set of parentheses and a colon. Notice when I press enter after the colon, it shifts in. What this indicates is this is the starting point of the body of our class. We can put in methods or variables or so forth. Now, this class is going to depend on information it receives from QMainWindow. So what we do is we want to pass in the QMainWindow class information or give it access. So we paste QMainWindow within the parentheses. Next, let's define a function, or in object-oriented programming, you'll often hear the term method. We're going to be using the init, or initialize method, or constructor, which is called the second an instance of this script is created. For this is when we run or we click the execute button inside of O3DE. We want to pass in an argument, and the argument is self. Now, the keyword self is essentially used to let O3DE or let Python or this script know that we are referring to the instance of this script attached to whatever. So for us, when we execute this script, we're going to be using self. Now, why do we need to do that? The reason for that is there's often times when you'll have your script reach out to other classes or other scripts. And in this particular case, we only want it to refer to this. Next, we're going to use the super function, which is used by Python to give access to methods and properties of a parent or sibling class. For us, we want to access the QMainWindow class. So we essentially begin by writing super with a dot, meaning that the dot property gives us access to the initialized method, which remember we mentioned before was our constructor. Next, let's copy line 9, which sets the title of our window, and paste it under the super. This will also make it part of our main window class. We need to change the variable name from window to self. This will let the setWindowTitle method be able to be called by other objects that might need the title changed, and not just the window object. I cleaned up the spacing a bit more. Now let's return to O3DE and run the script. Here you can see the script runs the same, but by encapsulating it in a class, we're optimizing our code. In the next video, we'll take a look at loading buttons.